Christina from the future. It's September. However, this video is all about August and what I've been up to. Most of the video is going to consist of what I ate in a day and a couple of rants and rambles about my ongoing weight loss journey and my decision to try, wait for it, Wegovy. So it wasn't a decision made lightly, so feel free to watch and see what I've been up to. Alright, nothing really more to report on. Watch the video. I know it's long. Just put it on while you're doing chores. It's 9:35. I woke up at 8. This is going to be what I eat in a day. Also, you're just gonna hang out in the kitchen with me while I make some snacks in preparation for whenever I get the munchies. Also, I did weigh-in. Current weight is 185, 182. I'm a little confused because last time I weighed myself 2 weeks ago was 200 pounds. So the scale be telling lies. Very low energy, obviously. I need to eat something. So, first meal of the day, my breakfast smoothie. 1 cup of frozen blueberries. A giant handful of spinach. Top it off with 3 cups of almond milk. And then we Fun fact, in order for your body to absorb all of the nutrients in a beverage state, you have to consume it slowly. If you chug it, your body doesn't have enough time to break down and absorb those nutrients. That's food for thought.
Seriously? No, you stay in there. I gotta go get a rag and dry you off now.
So when I die, which I must do, could it shine down here with you? Just my love is mine, all mine. I love mine. Nothing in the world belongs to me but my love, mine, all mine, all mine.
Not the best. Same with the spicy herb. The sweet cinnamon ones, I didn't really rotate them, and a lot of them burned. So I would definitely bake these off separately at a lower temperature. These two, I really wouldn't change anything. I don't typically eat spicy foods. This wasn't that bad. There's like chipotle and chili powder in it. The garlic one, just garlic and thyme. And then the sweet cinnamon is cinnamon, nutmeg, and maple syrup and vanilla. It has a very mild sweet flavor. So, yeah. It's a snack food. Been in the freezer for a couple of days. These ones were pineapple coconut. We're just gonna pack them into these little bags that the silicone molds came in. It's pretty easy. You just pop it out, shove it through. and then it just goes back in the freezer. And I'll eat it when I want a sweet treat. So it's dairy-free and there's no added sugar. It's the perfect portion size. One batch was a container. It was like this of base. It was probably about half of a pineapple. So it made a lot. So this is how I end up making the popsicle mix. I just use a Ninja Creamy. I'm not gonna give the recipe because I'm not really sure if I'm gonna like this or not. When I decide if I like it or not, then maybe I'll put a recipe up. But this one is gonna be mango lime. And I'll just adjust it as necessary and hit start. When we come back and we add a little bit of liquid to make it a good texture. I also have a piping bag. So piping bag, spatula, bowl scraper, popsicle sticks. This is what it looks like. Ooh, it came out nice and creamy. So sometimes it looks powdery and you'll have to add liquid to it to make it nice and cohesive, but that's not the case today. So we're just gonna go ahead and fill the piping bag a little and pipe into the molds and stick them. It's pretty straightforward. So my dumbass, I forgot to hit record, but I used the bowl scraper to scrape off and level each popsicle, and then I go through and I stick the sticks in. These sticks have a tendency, I noticed, to angle downwards and then poke out the other side. So what I do to prevent that, I just have a couple shallow deli cups that I have frozen water in, and I just set them on top. And that pretty much makes them sit nice and level to where the stick isn't poking the other side. I took a little taste of this, and so did my wife, and it's probably my favorite so far. So give it a little bit of a tap again. And then we grab those deli cups filled with frozen water. And they fit perfectly on top, and they apply enough pressure to the sticks to where they don't stick out on the other side. Just freeze it and we'll check it out another time. So for lunch we had a tomato soup power bowl thing. It was really good. Nicole loved it, and if we had more, she probably would have got seconds, but there was only enough for two. There was lentils, edamame, rice, hemp hearts, tomatoes, tomato soup, garlic powder. Yeah, it's pretty good. First time ever making it, and 10 out of 10, I'll be making it again. It hit all of the macronutrients I'm aiming for: protein, carbs, fiber, and calories. So yeah, I feel pretty satiated, so that's good.
Oh no! That's so funny! Oh, I just beat the game. My son got me Hogwarts.
I play that game too. Yeah, the game is fun. Do you play it on PlayStation? It's fun. I do.
Gonna do a what I ate in a day when I have a packed social calendar. Today's agenda, I have breakfast with a friend, then I'm going to a composting class for 4 hours, and then right after that, everybody's coming over to my house to pre-game for the San Diego Wave versus LA soccer match. And then after that, we're going to a food festival. I already jump-started my day with a smoothie, and I'll probably just try to get like some sides or like a little snack or something. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah. So I didn't really eat lunch, but I went to a composting class, and there I did snack on a beef stick, a protein bar, a couple of strawberries and orange, and some mixed nuts. And then when I got home, I had a half of PB&J. But now I'm going off to the San Diego game, San Diego Wave game. It's a rival game, and I'm really excited.
Wave fans in the Wave FC High Five Tunnel tonight.
Outside, and all of these sit in my garden window that I just installed in my kitchen. And I did a video on.
So it's 9 a.m. August 14th. I woke up at 4 a.m., but I got 7 hours of sleep, so that's good. My goal today is to take care of a couple kitchen projects and rest and relax. Hopefully I'll get a nap in, but we'll see how it goes. I already spoke with my healthcare providers about my action plan. I'm definitely experiencing some mania. So priorities are take it easy and get some rest. What else? Oh, this morning, I woke up feeling like a zombie, so I went and I got a half cup of coffee. And I also went around to like 3 different coffee shops. Sorry, my dryer's going and I'm not gonna get up to turn it off, so deal with it. I stopped by 4 coffee shops to collect some greens for a composting project. So I'm excited for that. Maybe I'll tell you more about it later. All right, welcome back to my non-aesthetically pleasing kitchen. I'm doing boiled peanuts. Never have I ever made them. I love to eat them whenever I am on the East Coast, but let's be realistic, that very rarely ever happens. I got the recipe from ChatGPT. I kind of modified it. Onion powder, chipotle powder, paprika. I don't know if that's paprika or cayenne. I'm pretty sure it's paprika. Salt, whole peppercorns, and that's just going to go in the crock pot. I soaked these peanuts for 5 hours. So yeah, I'm just gonna sprinkle that on there. And then we have 1 bay leaf and 3 cloves of garlic. And then I'm just gonna mix it up. I'm gonna throw it on the crock pot base for 24 hours on low. So I don't have beef broth or any kind of broth on hand right now, but I found in the back of my cupboard bouillon cubes. So I'm starting out with boiling water and bouillon cubes. I'm gonna let that sit for a bit until it dissolves down, and then we also need onion powder, garlic powder, and cumin. So we're gonna let that sit and dissolve, and then in the meantime I'm gonna get out my rice cooker, and then we're gonna set that up and get these cooking so I can have lunch. I didn't add any salt because bouillon cubes have a lot of salt already. So, and then I can always add more salt whenever I'm eating it with my meal. Broth is ready. Let's hope we don't make a big mess. Oh, it's not dissolved. Dang. I'm gonna throw in my lentils and stir it up. Drop in some bay leaves. And then I'm going to put it in my rice cooker. And we're gonna cook it as plain rice. And then probably like 15 minutes through, I'll stir it. If it needs more time, I'll add more time. And then I'll pour it onto a sheet pan and I'll let it cool.
And it's a real opportunity to really build out a farm right within 5 minutes of downtown Atlanta.
Yes.
In the 2.5 years of that, it's
Boy, just stirred the peanuts. So I'm gonna get lunch soon. But I realized I didn't have anything really green. So gonna do some roasted Brussels sprouts and some bacon. Yeah, it's really easy. There's leftover roast beef that I'm going to use as my protein, and lentils as like a filler. I'm not going to wait for the rice to be cooked because I'm like starving right now. I waited a little bit too long, so I'm trying to eat quick. I'm going to take a couple of strips of bacon and chop it up. Like I said, we got some black pepper. And in the oven it is gonna go. If only you could smell the lentils right now. They smell so good. Alright, so the lentils and the Brussels both finished at the same time. Ooh, the Brussels look beautiful. There's the Brussels. And let's check on the lentils. Ooh, look at that. Oh, you can't see that. Look at that. They smell delicious. Now, let's go make lunch. When I looked up the recipe on ChatGPT, I also made sure to ask what the serving size was and what the macros are. So, I don't know if I want 1 cup or a quarter of a cup or half of a cup. But, this is boring. Oh, I'm going to heat up 4 ounces of meat with a little bit of gravy. I'm just going to shred this with my hands. Man, the roasts have not been good. They're like super dry. This is probably my 3rd time attempting to make a roast, and they're just not my jam. So, I'm gonna drown this bitch in gravy. Or, this isn't gravy. This is like pan drippings that are thickened. So, I'm gonna do like that much. Look at all that gelatin. Alright, so I'm gonna nuke this, and we'll finish portioning out everything else. Should probably stir it together a little. Man, it is almost 1 o'clock. This is how well I'm prioritizing right now. I woke up at 4. I had breakfast at like 7. Yeah. What is this? The Brussels sprouts. We're stuck to the pan. I think the serving for this is like a cup. I'm not going to tell you guys the macros because I don't want to read it off, but we're tracking it. We are tracking it. Oops. Oopsies. I made an oopsies. And we are garnishing the Brussels with this glaze. This glaze is really good. There we go. Swoop, 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 like that. We'll taste these for flavor. Oh. Perfection. I like it. I dig it. Mix this up. And we're calling that lunch. We're going to take a break. And then we'll do some more kitchen projects. See you on the flip side. So here I am just freezing a bunch of mango I got on sale into chunks. And then I am portioning out the rice and the lentils, mixing it really well, and then I'm just going to wrap them into individual portion sizes and then freeze them. So then the night before I can just take one of those packets out of the fridge, one or two, and then let it defrost and just add protein and vegetables to it and have a quick and easy meal. And then here we are just going on through and making dinner. I believe it's just ground beef bowls. So ground beef in the pan, saute it up, throw in some lentils, throw in some veg, throw in some glaze, and call it dinner. And to finish everything off, we had the boiled peanuts. They were super delicious. So this is literally my 4th time trying slow cooker roast beef. I've had it up to my eyeballs in trying to make this and have it be nice and tender. I've come to the conclusion that it's just the kind of beef I have. It's just really lean and there isn't much fat on it, so it doesn't have that to it. But I was able to roll this over and make sandwiches out of it and beef bowls, and it wasn't a complete waste of time. But overall, it was a learning experience. Gonna try with a regular cut of roast beef.
I put it there because she said you don't wanna.
So it dropped about a foot.
Whoa, that's cool.
Grand reveal.
Just so you have different variety. That'd be good.
Oh my god, what is that? That's amazing.
It's my banana phone.
So you want to make sure this is wet.
Can you tell the difference?
mycelium.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, go. Yeah, and there's straw right here. You can see it.
You can kind of see the breakdown layers too.
Yeah.
Come back.
Many buckets that contain all
That's so cool. Okay, this is my outfit of the day before I go out into the world. This is what I look like. This is what one arm looks like. Probably should turn it, but I'm not going to. This is what I look like. It's a crop top that I pulled down really low. Felt cute. Might delete later. This is what I look like after coming home from a day of errands. My body hasn't changed, but my face has. Alright, I have to bake off some eggs and toast some biscuits or muffins and clean the kitchen, and then I get to relax the rest of the night. I don't know how well the audio is going to work. Hopefully it works. If not, I'll just delete it. So after a lot of deliberating, I have decided to go on Wegovy. My plan is to lose weight, get it down to a reasonable size, taper off. When I regain that 20 to 25% back, I'm going to use that as a bulking phase oh shit, what are you doing? You good? My dog is going wild. Anyways, I'm gonna use the weight regain to work on just turning that fat into more muscle. Along the way, I plan on incorporating strength training because after you burn the fat, at the same time you're burning off muscle mass. So strength training should work towards, or I don't know what I'm saying. The strength training will only make things better. I've already altered my diet drastically. I don't know if I've ever mentioned it, but I was eating out all the time, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Maybe not breakfast, but lunch and dinner so often. No, sir, you already went out. You just want treats. I'm not falling for that shit. Since I started nutrition classes or a weight loss class back in November, I slowly cut eating out of my diet and started eating at home more. I didn't really focus too much on the nutritional aspect of it, but I think, when was it? Oh no, my eggie fell. Back in January, January, I started to change my diet, and my home cooked meals started being more nutritionally balanced. And then back in May or June, I cut out basically most processed sugars, which is wild. I think it's kind of says a lot that I cut out processed sugars, especially since I guess you could say I'm a baker. I work in a kitchen. With the exception of the last 5 or 6 years, like I've always baked things. So, I've always had a sweet tooth. Right now, I am practicing making the right decisions. When it comes to sweets, I'll have cheat days. And when I have those cheat days, I try to be extremely mindful of how much I'm consuming. And if I'm consuming it when I'm super hungry or like bored, I try to like savor it, you know? Be more mindful of my eating. And that's another thing, like I'm really excited for like the so-called food noise to dissipate. Personally, I think that food noise can be subjective. I think that Sage, come. Hey, baby. Sit. Yes. Anyways, as I was saying, I think food noise can be subjective when people talk about it. I'm practicing reframing it. Instead of calling it food noise, I think of it as my body is my digestive system is doing its job, and like I haven't quite been able to figure out the difference between if it's because I'm hungry
or if it's my body digesting food, which I think that could be the case sometimes, or like certain habits have been formed, like sitting on the couch watching TV. A thing to do when watching TV is eat, and I did a lot of that. It's just finding different alternatives and healthier solutions, I think. That's what I'm excited about. That food noise to be quieted. I forgot to set a timer. So I'm a little sad that I'm going that route because I feel like it's cheating. But I feel like I've spent a lot of time trying to lose weight, and I am half a point away from being full-blown diabetic, and that's not the life I want. Sorry if you're diabetic, but I don't want that, and if I can prevent it, this is my solution. I'm really excited to be able to tie my shoe again, paint my toenails without huffing and puffing. I cannot wait to get back into marathoning. I miss it so much. You just want treats, sir. Stop ringing the bell. Come. Place. Just sit here and watch me. Stay. I'll give you some treats every now and then. I forgot what I was saying. Oh, I can't wait to go back to marathoning. Like, I love doing that. I love training for it. I loved running them. It was something that was challenging and rewarding all at the same time. And I feel like I've lost that over the years. So yeah, that's what's happening in my life. And this little guy, he's gonna become a model citizen because he's a little wild. He's learning to have manners. He knows I have treats in my pocket, but he's being a good boy, so we'll reward him. Touch. Up. Breathe. I don't really know if there was anything else to say. Mentally, not well. Not well at all. I'm pretty sure I'm in the middle of a manic episode, which is irritating because maybe a month and a half ago, 2 months ago, when my friend was visiting, I was definitely depressed. Yeah. I know I should slow down, but when I do slow down, it really sucks. So, just trying to level out. You ever feel like you don't have any adults to talk to that aren't like paid healthcare providers and your significant other? Like, yeah, I really wish I had that right now. Like a responsible, mentally stable adult.
This was really hard watching back because I know where I was at mentally was not it. And the next couple of days, I was fighting. I was fighting hard.
It's August 20th, 2025. I'm going to call this day Wegovy Wednesday. I have every intentions of starting it today, and we'll see how it goes. But we're also weighing in, so let's see what it says. Even though I know it's just a bunch of disappointment. It's good to know. It's good to know where I started, I guess. 185.
Magically, somehow, I lost 15 pounds. Yay! Almost immediately after, I had severe anxiety, so I had to take a walk, and I came across the cutest little K truck. I took the early afternoon, and I had a meal with some friends to plan a camping trip, and then we jetted back home. All right, here we go. Wogovia Wednesday, August 20th, 2025. I'm gonna try not to be a little baby. It looks so round.
How do I do this?
I thought you watched a video.
I did, and I meant like what side, you know what I mean?
Just grab it.
Yeah. Actually, that's kind of helpful. Ready?
It doesn't hurt.
This away.
Did you see the sticker? That's not oozing out this time.
Did it go in?
Yes, high five. All right, we'll see how I feel in 24 hours. So a couple days later, I had no side effects. Food annoys, whatever you want to call it. A little more mild, but overall, nothing really different has changed. So this was a 4-week course, and each class was 4 hours long, and it was 2 to 3 lectures per class, basically discussing composting, soil composition, worm permaculture. Super fascinating. And then we got experience making our own compost pile and making a worm permaculture bin. So rewarding. And after the class, in order to get your certification, you have to fulfill 30 hours of volunteer work in the field of composting. Here we are rotating the pile and amending it with greens and browns as we see necessary. Overall, this usually takes like 3 to 6 months. After the composting class, I went home and I worked on a couple of posters for the wave game the next day. The theme was Pride Night, so I was also trying to win a jersey. Spoiler alert, did not win the jersey. A kid won it. The disappointment on my face when I saw what I looked like in my tutu. I look like a giant whale. Next year, I'm going to be able to wear it again, and it's going to tie all the way around my waist. And I'm not going to look like Shamu. But until then, I'll wear regular ass clothes like a regular ass person. I think the posters came out super awesome, but extremely self-conscious about how I look at all of these photos. This is what I do when I need to slam down 400 calories because my meds won't work if I don't take that many calories with them. I asked ChatGPT, what can I make? And it comes up with this. Tortilla with peanut butter, hemp hearts, and chickpeas. It sounds so random. It was so yummy. I am trying my hardest to do this the right way. And the doctor said make sure to incorporate strength training. So sure as shit, here I am trying to lift some weights. Have I ever done it? No. Do I know what I'm doing? A little. But I do know my way around the kitchen. And we finished it off with some beef balls. Dinner. It is Tuesday, August 26th, I think. And maybe 27th, I'm not really sure. On today's agenda, since I only got 3 hours of sleep last night, I'm going to try taking it easy. I've been really good this month about eating at home and like being mindful of what my macros are. I kind of been building to this point because I knew I was gonna go on Wegovy, and I didn't want to go on it and not have a good foundation laid already. So I think I have the nutrition dialed in. Fitness definitely isn't dialed in. I don't lift. I don't really know if I like it or not, but yeah, I'm like day 2 into weight training. It's interesting. I wish I had some heavier weights because I feel like I'm not getting as much out of it, but that's fine. As far as side effects on Wegovy goes, I still get hunger cues, and I think I mentioned this in a previous video. I want to reframe the phrase "I'm hungry" with something more beneficial to me, that kind of gets that negative loop out. I try to just remind myself that my body is processing something. May it be food, may it be just digestion in general. Maybe I am really hungry. On the flip side, I am pre-diabetic, so I check my blood sugars periodically throughout the day. I love the top of my head, huh? So I check my blood sugars throughout the day, and I find it really helpful that when my blood sugars are low, that's a pretty good indication that I need to eat something. I also found it pretty beneficial to plan out my meals and have healthy conscious snacks on hand. That way I'm not being as impulsive throughout the day. Usually when I sit down the night before and I do that, I've got a pretty solid day the next day in terms of what I'm eating. Only thing I am finding it difficult is like remembering to eat and not waiting until I'm starving. I get blood work this morning because they changed my medication. I just want to make sure everything is running smooth, which obviously something is off because mania, you know, I don't know. I don't really know how it works. I've never been down this road, and it's pretty exhausting. Just trying to stay super busy and occupied so I don't really have like moments to think and be so hard on myself. But then when I am at home with no one there, or just slowing down, that's usually when things get a little dark and twisty. Which is unfortunate because it's about to get more dark and twisty, because that's usually what happens after I'm manic. So, feels like a ticking time bomb. But, just do my best, and that's all. So, we had blood work first thing in the morning, and then later in the morning, I have to take Stitch to training, so he's a model citizen. And then I just have to work on a presentation and maybe get some laundry done. I don't know. We'll see. Alright. I'm on my way to get coffee for my wife because she's been putting up with so much of my bullshit lately, and I think she deserves a nice little treat.
Hey! If you're gonna play nice. Don't do that to him. Bitch. Don't cheat. You can easily drag him.
So here, it's only my third time doing strength training, but I knocked it off with a warm up and then 20-pound kettlebell squats. Followed that up with 15-pound rows, and then 10-pound shoulder presses, followed up with 15-pound hip thrusters. No idea if I'm doing that correctly. So fucking awkward. And then can't do a full-on push-up, but I was able to modify, and I did 15 sets, and I did it 3 times through. At the beginning of August, I was so stoked to start this August vlog and see what goes on throughout the month. And it's funny how things didn't quite go as planned. The harsh reality is that everything is not rainbows and butterflies. And this month, I fought so hard just to be okay. And to finally be on the other side of that. It's a bit of relief. So, thank you if you made it this far, and I will catch you next one. Bye.